Good morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. My name is Lana. This is the Lighthouse. So, first of all, I wanted to give a shout out to Witch and Scythe, who, when she was doing her zodiac reading, was talking about how when you're doing, when you're watching your cards be read, or if you're like, say, I'm a Leo, Virgo, cusp, right? She said something along the lines of, I'm not going to quote her because I'm not good at that. Something about like the Cancer reading would be the Leo's recent past, or have those energies similar to it. And for a Leo, the Virgo is kind of what you're moving into because it's a wheel, right? That made a lot of sense to me. So when I started, the angels always tell me when you split the deck, pay attention. And I've started realizing, so I applied that what she said to when I split the deck. And and then I had something happen this morning. I was trying to record and my phone went off, cut off. Guys, I can't wait to get a new phone. And I realized I cut the deck and I had Circle of Life on the left from the Native Spirit deck when I was shuffling them for this reading, and I had Wounded Healer on the right. And what it was telling me was that I've completed the lessons that I learned from the past relationship and everything that went on in that past year and a half, and I can now apply it to a teacher aspect as a wounded healer, right? So I shuffled the deck, and then I cut it again, and I just started laughing because actually originally I got Wounded Healer on the left, Circle of Life on the right, and then when I was saying about the question, I got Circle of Life on and when I cut the deck on the left, and the Wounded Healer on the right. I was showing y'all to it as it was happening because I was laughing about it, but I decided to go ahead and finish shuffling and get the cards set up to do this reading. But I was just laughing because then when I cut them again, it was the opposite way, showing me Circle of Life is what I just came through, and being able to use those lessons going into the future. Okay, so the left would be my past, the right would be going into the future, if you look at it from a linear perspective. For y'all, it's backwards. This would be, but I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, so, that may be boring to some of you, but for those of you that want to gain some information, I'm going to, Sweeta40 asked me if I would do another video on, she said, I hear different things from different parts of my head. And she said, and I'm trying to decipher if it's divine or just my ego. Okay, number one, something I discovered this morning when shuffling the cards. I keep saying a fractured mindset. Actually, it's multifaceted. is a better word to describe it. Okay, because I do, an angel, Lady of the Force was talking about this as well, about her, the angels came in, because I was talking about it at one point, and now I'm hearing other people talk about it too. So we're all kind of like in the similar energy, but the same messages are coming up, right? We just explain them in our own unique way. So she was saying like the angels were, she was saying something about like the angels give her messages right here, and or something like that, or and she was talking about getting different messages from different parts of your head. So more and more people are going to open up to this gift. I consider it a gift, okay? And I've been, guys, look, I can be going down the road and see somebody and feel something, okay? And I'm still trying to figure out what they all mean. I do know I get, when my head tingles behind my right ear, that's when I know somebody that's passed on is around me. Because it's been happening since the day I got hurt, got a concussion there when I was a kid. I got hit in the head with this playground thing, seesaw thing, and ever since then, when somebody's passed on around me, that's where I feel it. It's like it did something to my brain. That concussion did right there. That's where I pick up those messages. As time is progressing, my head tingles like right about here when I have a celebrity that's passed on comes in and gives me a message. I talked about that. Diane Keaton and Majal Barrett, who was married to Gene Roddenberry. They both have come and visited me. And both of them at one point, because I was talking to Diane, and then Majal stepped up. She just smiled. She didn't really say too whole much. And they showed me that chamber. And they kind of both stepped out of the way as that chamber came through. And I was just like, whoa. So, and then I get angel message. My head will tingle here when angels come close sometimes. Not always. Okay. And then, I mean, I have different parts of my head tingle during different things. And so it's multifaceted or multifaceted. However you want to look at it. Or you can, you know what, for me, fractured mindset. Okay. But I think more and more people are coming into this. Now, that being said, how can you tell if it's you or if it's the divine. Number one, um, San at Santero one time said, when did a reading that was something along the lines of, um, when you're getting messages that are in a voice or a feeling that is not your own. So if you can sit back and remember a conversation between you and a friend, okay? And as you're remembering it, you know what you said and what you were feeling at the time, and then they say it, and you're not really knowing what they're feeling. You just know what they're saying. Does that make sense? So, is it something, for one, sometimes messages come to me in my own voice from the angels, or they'll show me pictures, okay? And I also will get feelings in my solar plexus and in my sacral, okay? Sometimes for yes and no. Like I did an exercise one time that, who did it? I can't remember her name. Anyway, and she said to use symbols. Okay, so I was using a spiral for yes, and I was using an upside down triangle for no. After a while, the symbols just didn't even show up. I would just know, okay, if it was a yes or a no. Okay, but I had to train myself for that, right? So that's another thing. And then I've literally, in my mind's eye, had the angels come in and point on the table, like I did that bottle. So Suida, if you haven't seen that video, go back through my community posts, and you will see a picture of the angel card and a picture of the purple bottle that I did with the angel was showing me. It was because I picked this deck up, okay, and I put it away, and there was still a card left on the table that I didn't notice. And it was the angel frequency card. An angel came in, and Daniel was here when it happened. My ex was in. I was just start saying my ex was in here when it happened. I was like, the angels are showing me something, and the angel was pointing to the card on the table, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize there was one here. I picked it up because it was upside down, okay, and it was the angel card. And then the angel in my mind's eye turned around and was pointing to the bottle in the window, and the card says, angels are here. You're safe and you're protected. I turned around and I looked at the bottle, and the light was coming through the window in such a way I could see what was on the card. The angel was in the bottle. So if you go look that post up, I put that on the community page, what the angel was showing me. The angel literally came in and said, we're here, and showed me the bottle, and you can see the face in the bottle. And I was like, whoa, because that means the angels actually came in and put their energy in that bottle and put that face in there so that they could prove to me or show me they're here even when I think they're not. Okay? So that was a direct message from an angel for me, or the angels, because I had 7 come in at one day. And they apparently have different things that they do, and they don't come in all the time. But when I want to feel protected, I'll just imagine them swooping around me to protect myself. Okay? So, to get back to the other, sometimes when you're listening to your intuition, it'll be a knowing. It's not necessarily something you're hearing. It's just a knowing. Now, if you're hearing it, a lot of times I've noticed with these different things going on, right? With me, it's a tingling. I'm having to learn what some of the tingles mean, but I'll get pictures in my head that'll just suddenly pop in. It'll be like, now, why did I think of that? Because it's not mine. Okay? It's not mine. Or in my mind's eye, I'll see my spirit guide with the 3 star beings and the 3 either ascended masters or guides, or like just forms. And he's redheaded. His name's Edward. He told me his name was Edward. And he comes in and they'll give me a message, or I'll call them in, and I'll be in the middle of reading cards. All of a sudden I'll just see them in my head. Okay? So that's another thing. And then everybody's different. So all of us being different, another thing to think about is, what if you're hearing voices, what are they telling you? Is it, because some of it could be ego, if it's, or it could sometimes we get into a pattern of, people have been telling us for years, certain people that want to keep us small will tell us things that will later come back to us in our own voice. So if it's something that's putting you down, belittling you, or something like that, that could be a memory. That could be something you telling your own self, I'm not good enough. If it's something negative, flip it over. Flip the script and say, no, I'm not going to accept that. I am good enough. I can do this. Whatever, you know. If it feels like it's a message, like something you would ordinarily think of, that's definitely a message. Okay? Because all of us have, our intuition works differently. But a lot of times, people don't take the time to pay attention to what they're feeling. And that's where meditation helps. When you meditate and clear your mind and get messages or center within yourself and ground, it's really important to ground, because we are actually physical beings in a spiritual body. Our spiritual body is about 6 feet. Your aura is really big, okay? Which is why I don't, you know, I've got neighbors on the other side of me and our auras almost touch, which sometimes means I pick up messages from what's going on, you know. And when this one over here, the more I detach from some neighbors around me, the less I pick up their energies, because their energies are negative and mine are way more positive and spiraling up, while some of the people around me are on a different path, and it's not good. Or it's not positive, let's put it like that. So what is it that you're hearing? Is it positive and good? Are you getting little pictures of something that you don't know what it means, and then within a couple of days you suddenly see it happening before you, or something similar? Okay, maybe you're having some psychic intuition go on. You could be having your angels or guides talk to you. You could have, it just depends on what it is you're seeing and hearing. Anything positive is good. I'm not saying anything negative is bad. What I'm saying is you know, okay, for example, I'll use this for an example. Okay, so a couple of nights at work, I have a 4-hour job. I work in the evenings. I love it to death. I got off. I was getting ready to go finish up the last part of my stuff, so I closed up the back building, got in my car, and I drove around to the front of the building. Well, when I got to the stop sign, there was a car on our side of the road at the stop sign with its lights on. And I'm going, what the fuck are you doing? Because if it had been on the other side of the road, I'd have been okay with that. But it was on this side of the road where I was going to make a right-hand turn. I had to go around it to go towards the front of the building, right? And that kind of was like, what are you doing? So I went around, and then I got to the front, and then our driveway curves. I come around, right? And then as I get out of the car, I'm like, I'm going to put my phone on me. I put my phone on me because that was kind of weird, right? As I do that, I turn around, and the car pulls up to where right at the entrance where the driveway comes in, and just stops. Again, now it's on the right side of the road. It's on our side, though, right? Because the traffic's going this way, and I'm going, oh, no. Right away, my ding, 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 ding. First thing I do is I call my boss right then and there. Actually, what I should have done was started taking pictures, right? But I called my boss, and I'm telling her what's going on, and the car's still sitting there. And I told her everybody was gone. I was the only one on the property. The only one. So when that car did that, I automatically knew, you know, this does not feel good. This is scary. Okay? So you might sometimes get intuition, which it turned out okay. They drove off, and then the next night, one of the maintenance men come up there, and he didn't see me. He didn't even pay attention to my car. He walked up to the gate. I was on the other side of the gate, but I was in shadow. He didn't see me. He screamed. He scared the shit out of each other. And we laughed about it because I'm like, he lives like right next door to the building where I work. And I'm like, I think next time I see him, I'm going to go, hey, man, give me your phone number. So if I ever see anything weird, you can walk over here. Because as long as your wife doesn't mind, because that scared me. Now, if I was still in my 30s or 40s, that car, it'd have been like, I'm going to get some pictures of you, asshole. But now that I'm older, guys, I could maybe run for a minute and that'd be it. I'd be dropping over, right? I'm 62. So, yeah. So, it depends on what you're feeling and what you're hearing. I hope that explains things a little bit better. I'm just trying to explain how mine work. And guys, I do believe that I do believe that we are transforming. I do believe that we are opening up to more intuition. And this is getting ready to be Halloween, right? This is October. This is when the veil gets really thin. So, some of you might actually, and I'll tell y'all what, this is another experience I had. Was that the same flipping day? Because today's Thursday, Wednesday, last night, Tuesday's the night he scared me, Monday night, yeah. Oh wow, that happened the same day. So Monday morning, this might resonate for some of you. So Monday morning, I went to a certain place, and I was talking to the lady there, okay? And as I'm standing there talking to her, I walk into the building at the resource center that's in our town. And when you walk in, there's an office to the left, and there's an office to the right, and there's a counter. You can see into the office where you check in. So I said, oh, I didn't see your car. You are here. So she comes up. We're talking. And out of the corner of my eye, she's got her doors right there, right? And I thought she was in there all by herself, right? And then as I'm talking to her out of the corner of my eye, I see her door, which is open like this much, go like this. And I see this white, a ghost came out. This white fog came out. And I'm still talking to her, and I'm looking at it out of the corner of my eye. I didn't say nothing, but I'm still talking to her. And then it's like it tried to pull the door to, and the door went like this again. And at first I wasn't sure I saw it, then I said, I know I fucking saw that. So I saw this fog thing. So some of you might start picking up spirits in a different way. Because if I am, there's sure as hell other people out there going through it too, right? Which I always tell you guys when things are happening with me, because I know there's others going through it, right? I am not the only person on the planet that's seeing that shit. Other people have been seeing it all their life. I've seen it before too, but not like that, right? So I said something to her, and she goes, well, she said, I have trouble with electronics. And I said, oh, Laura. I said, are you just like my daughter-in-law? So I was telling her about my daughter-in-law. Ever since she had a lightning storm go by, and she broke a glass and cut her hand, she has had trouble with electronics. I don't know if she picked up some kind of energy from the storm. Her phone's cracked, okay? Her phone's quit working for no reason. Computers quit working on her. She's always replacing them. She's like, oh my God, I'm like, she'll have a phone and within 5 days, cracked screen. Every single phone, I am not kidding. Even if she drops it on a carpet, or if she sets it down, it's fine. She goes to get it, and then it just doesn't want to work. She has trouble with electronics, okay, ever since she cut her hand, right? So I was telling her about that. And so I didn't really question her too deep about it, but I called my daughter-in-law later that day. And then actually after that, I left and I went back home. And then I saw some of you, because I remember doing a reading about this last year. Some of you, are any of you seeing any other type of ghosts or otherworldly beings? Because as I was coming home from that, because I had another 3 hours right to go to work. I'm coming home. And as I'm going down the road, I see this guy wearing a hat. One of those hats that's round with like a hat from the cowboy days, but it's not a cowboy hat. It's, oh my God, one of those cardboard, I don't know how to describe it, but it's round and it's got the round thing on the top, but you can see it's one of those real firm ones. He's wearing that. He's wearing an all-black outfit. I couldn't see his face. He had his head down. He was faceless as far as I'm concerned, and he had a red handkerchief in his pocket, like he just left a saloon. I'm not sure if he had cowboy boots on or not. And I passed him, and I couldn't see his face. And then when I looked in the rearview mirror, he was gone. And I'm like, did I just see someone, or did I see a ghost? Because he wasn't dressed like today. He was dressed like he had just left an old saloon or something. We don't have any saloons here, guys. We do have a bar. We do have a restaurant that serves drinks. And the little restaurant, he wouldn't be dressed like that, because it's like a little bitty hole in the wall. So I'm just going, where did he go? And I said, I'm not even going to turn around, because I didn't see him. I passed him. I looked in the rear view when he was gone. And you can see the road. So 2 ghosts in one day. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? The veil's getting thin. So is anybody else having experiences like that? Okay? If your intuition's telling you yes, or you've had something like that happen, that's definitely a yes. So I don't know if this helps or not, but and I think we're all going to be finding out as we go along that as we get different messages or different parts of your body are telling you you're getting a message, it could be a lot of that too. That you have to decipher for yourself what each tingle means, okay? Because I've now developed, matter of fact, it tingled some other weird place on my head when I saw him. And I'm like, it feels like I'm getting all these, like I said, portals opening up on my head, right? Multifaceted. Getting information, whether it's from the divine, your angels, your own intuition. Okay, I usually feel my intuition in my gut. When I pick up things on my head, it's like I'm becoming very sensitive to different energies. So maybe this will help Sawita. I'm realizing that as I get different tingles down my legs, tingles on my head, they all mean something different. They relate to certain information. So do pay attention to those. Keep a log. Write down when you feel them, what you see or hear after that, or what you feel. And write your own symbols book, okay, of how you're picking up this energy. Because, you know, draw diaphragm of the top of your head, a circle, and then multi-fraction, you know, section it off, and write what you were feeling. Say tingle, 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 and then write what you saw or felt to help better tune into what, so that then when it happens, because it's like muscle memory, it's like doing the same thing over and over again, starting your car, right? You'll know by how, when the tingle comes, what kind of information you can expect. And after a while, that will become second nature. But you're going to have to figure out for yourself, because I think we're all going to be different. And this collective is growing of people that do this. And so these are the people I'm wanting to attract to the channel, because I think we can learn a lot together. I think we're all going to transform in a different way, and I think we can all help each other. And so I'm feeling that that is what my mission and purpose is that those of us, and it has something to do with telepathic powers as well. It has to do with psychic dreams, different places on the map where different things might go down. I keep getting images of, like I just did that reading that I just uploaded, and all the people have their eyes closed. I feel like there's a special group of us. All right, I don't want to say special, because everybody's special. Everybody has special things to them, right? Well, we hope so anyway. So I'm feeling like as this collective grows and more people are resonating with what I'm going through and what I'm talking about, our own tribe is going to grow with different people. Its own little melting pot of different people with different gifts and what we can do on the planet together as a whole. Okay, so as I delve in more to these, I'm going to start keeping a notebook on what I'm picking up, what I'm feeling, to teach from, to talk about from. Because guys, that's why I do it the way I do it. I used to always compare myself to other readers when I first started. And I was like, I don't want to do love readings. I don't want to, because there's millions of people out there doing that. So when I started doing the map readings and the cloud readings, something opened up for me, and I started sensing energy in a different way. So I know there's other multifaceted people out there. And guys, I promise you, I am going to be the first person to tell you, you are not a fucking crackpot. Because if I'm feeling it, and I've already done, I went and had my yearly physical, I had, you know, all kind of stuff done. There's nothing wrong with my brain. I don't have no beginning Alzheimer's. I don't have, you know, but my intuition is getting stronger, bigger. And, oh, here they come. The 7 angels just stepped in. So, and they're wanting to guide different aspects of the journey. They're not telling me no, but they're not telling me yes. They're just kind of standing there. So, yeah. So, see, this is intuition here. It's trying to pick up, feeling the energy in which way it's going. Because I'm looking at the map. I've got 5 decks of cards out here. I have a feeling there's a 555 in here. Message. There's something they're wanting us to put together. And as I learn more, and I tell y'all more, it's going to feel more and more like this. All these little collectors on the planet, that if you rolled it up into a roll, it's all of us. It's the whole planet. Some people are not going to want to step into their gifts. Some people are so stuck in the 3D, they're just going to say, nope, I want to live my life the regular way. They're going to be the ones in the future that's going to need help when some of them cannot handle it no more. Because at some point, the divine's going to be yelling so loud that they're going to have to do something. Okay, some people are going to shut themselves away. It's the first thing they just showed me. So guys, be open to what your gifts are. If that is something that feels right to you and matters to you, keep a diary. I'm going to start doing that myself. I do have a book that I write in. I love this book. I usually write something in it every day. We are becoming, people that are attracted to this channel, we are going to be the way showers. There's something about our collective that is meant to be scribes, be telepathic communicators, astro travelers, picking up information meant to help or pick up information from different places where you don't even leave your home. You just get information from different places, even if you can't put it all together. I've got to order some more decks, but I feel like I just feel like this is becoming a real thing. This is going to be us, okay? Part of this divine matrix. So, I hope that made some sense to Sweeta 40. Thank you for asking that question, because I've gotten to where I get so many messages so many different ways. I couldn't even give you one simple description. There isn't one. And everybody's different. You're going to have to decipher for yourself when you get those tingles what is your own ego, and what is, usually to me, what it is if I was going to try to give it a one description, is if you know, I feel like it comes in two ways, two main ways. One is your own intuition inside, your own body telling you, is this right or this is wrong, or be scared, a yes, a no, be scared, don't be scared, into different situations, or something you pick up and you just sit there with it for a minute and you go, I feel like that's true. Okay? You have your own warning system within you. Everybody does. Whether we pay attention to it or not is the difference. Okay? The other thing is pay attention to what you see in your mind's eye. Like for me, it's really opened up to the angels, like the 7 that just came in. They're still here. But I see them in my mind's eye. I feel them when they come in. So you will have to decipher for yourself some of it, right? But no, listening to your own warning system inside is going to be a huge indicator. After a while, it becomes second nature when you start paying attention to it. And then when the messages come in from your guides, from your dreams, sometimes your angels and your guides will send you dreams that you remember the next morning that hold information. Sometimes it's symbology. Sometimes it's pictures. I had a guide come in one time, and she kept hanging around my car, and I was trying to figure out who this lady in these green plaid, I talked about it back in the day. I was like, who this lady in green plaid pants was. And I can't remember, I think it was shortly after that, we had to get the brakes on my car, or maybe that's when, yeah, that was before we had to replace a bar on my car, because I was going up and down the mountain between here and where my ex-boyfriend was living at the time, before we just moved in together. And I put something about, Jenny Fraser said something about, I had this bar that, I can't remember what it is, but it's connected to your steering. It had rusted through, and at any moment it could have broke and just run me right off a cliff, literally. So we replaced it. And I think that's what that guy did, was she was coming in and she was pointing to my car. And I couldn't figure out what she was doing, but shortly after that, we had to replace that. So sometimes you'll get your guides coming in and giving you those kind of messages, right? Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to, like me, I literally had that angel come in that day, and it didn't speak, but it was showing me in my head, it was going, table, bottle, and I'm going, what? I thought he was talking, because I have angels all over the place. I have an angel here, I have an angel over there, I have an angel up there, right? I have my big tall angel and my little glass angels. I have an angel hanging in the bathroom. Guys, I have another angel. I want to glue her to my thing, but I'm thinking about getting another camper, so I don't want to glue her. She's a shelf sitter. So guys, I have angels all around me, because I know I have angels all around me. They've told me, we're all around you, okay? So when they give you symbols, or when you feel a sharp yes or no, and you will have to just figure out, when you get these tingles on your head, what each part of it, because you're multifaceted. So, and I think more and more people are going to become like that. I really do. So I feel like this is a thing. It's an upgrade. It's a leveling up to a higher ascension of how because we're still in a human body. So, but think of it this way too. Once you pass on, you're taking all that with you. You are growing as a soul. And how you're going to get your messages and move into the future is going to be important. And if you're meant to be a way shower, a light worker, a mystic, psychic medium, whatever it is, it's going to grow exponentially over the next, okay? You might even find that your kids have special abilities, okay? You might suddenly realize a grandchild that comes into the family, if you're an older person, and you realize they have special gifts, and you go, whoa, I was like that when I was a kid. Oh, that might be a message for someone. One or more of you might have a grandchild be born that is experiencing things that you suddenly remember from when you were a kid, and it all of a sudden opens up the floodgates, and you start remembering, and you go, "Oh, I'm gonna meditate on this and focus on this." And I just tingled right here. I've never tingled right there. That's weird. Okay. So, wow. Guys are showing me so much. So literally, it was right here. I've never had nothing like way back here, like down here. Like if you could section off your brain, guys, all these little things are opening up. There's got to be other people that are feeling that. So even if I don't have all and I'm never going to have all the answers. If there's no one person on this planet that's going to have all the answers for everybody. Not possible. There's how many billions of people on this planet? Or how many millions? We'll say millions because I think it is in the billions, but yeah, you know. Do pay attention if you have listen to different readers, and you just they have certain messages. Like I like Lady of the Forest 444 because she gets angel messages, and so do I. I get them differently. Love Santero. She's not doing as much anymore. Witch and Sith definitely does readings like I do. She does different kind. Her readings are different. Mine are different. We don't do that. And then of course there's Mandy at Luca Red Tarot. God, girl, I love you. She does the everyday day love. She just pulls the for everyday kind of type stuff or the energies of relationships. She's awesome at that, guys. If you haven't checked out Mandy, check her out. Rediscovering April. She's focusing in on different energies, okay, and she does them in her own special way. Artist Only Tattoo. I just watched one of her older videos about a haunted house, and she had little purple bats. I don't use my computer, guys, as much. I still have to put my notice up. I've got to find someone to come help me work on the channel. I'm getting ready to go. If I have to, I'll go to the library, type it up myself, and then put it around town to find somebody to help me on my computer. But it's just kind of funny because I'm looking at these different people, how different people do their messages, and everybody's got their own way. Now, I've said it before. This is probably the last time I said it because I'm getting ready to start pulling cards, and we're already 32 minutes in. I am not one of those. Like I've noticed some tarot readers of a certain collective love to do the drama. Guys, I'm in an age where fuck that drama. And for a lot of older people, and I think older people tune into my channel because we're at the stage of, and a lot of us are indigo children, people that were born in the 50s and 60s and 70s, indigo children. And what do they call them? There's other names for them, but we're of a different collective, right? I think every century has its own collective, or different decades has its different, and as we go into the future, Age of Aquarius I think really starts Soulful Revolution. MJ said this morning on her morning message, hers are morning messages, mine are morning epiphanies. She said February is when the Age of Aquarius really starts. So guys, if we're picking up on it now, imagine what's going to happen in fucking February. So to start figuring out now where and how your messages are working, now's the time to keep the log. Now's the time to say, draw out a circle, fraction it off. Every time you get a new spot that feels like you're getting like, you know what I mean? So that whenever it tingles, you will know what that information means. Okay, because I think we're upgrading, we're developing, and I've been talking about this, guys, I've been talking about for 3 years. Or 2 years. We're all leveling up. We're all jumping timelines. We're all stepping into new portals, new information. But now, and with the web, we're all becoming like a web. A bigger one, a smarter one, an upgraded one. And I did hear someone say something, I'm only going to say it one time. There's now some kind of addiction to AI. The X have that. I'm not going to go into it. It was very disgusting. But, guys, be aware of getting stuck on any one medium that you go to every day that starts, you can't do without it. Okay? Tarot readings can do that too. If you're looking for guidance, that's one thing. Or if you're learning to learn something new, that's one thing. But something that you can play around with and do any kind of weird thing you want with it, like you can with AI, that can become an addiction. Be aware of that. Okay? Just saying, because some people can start off doing something really cool with it, and then all of a sudden it takes a dark turn, and they find themselves going down a rabbit hole and getting addicted to creating certain things that feed feeling a lack of need for something, and next thing you know, you're so sucked up in it, you're not going to work anymore, you're really screwing yourself up. Okay? Just like pornography has done that to some people. Opened up a door that should have stayed closed, and later they found themselves in jail for doing something stupid. Because all of a sudden they just, you know what I mean? They got addicted. And then they started doing things that they were seeing or thinking about. Thinking something and doing something are two fucking different things. Keep yourself safe out there. If you feel like you're getting pulled into doing something stupid, checkmate yourself. Okay? Because I don't do too much with AI because I feel like that can go there. That being said, now, so what I've done is I've shuffled the cards and I'm going to pull the first cards off each one and see what kind of message we have for today. So we have the Time Traveler's deck first. We've got Trust. So trust what your intuition is telling you. Expect miracles. Guys, we're leveling up. We're leveling up. Have patience with yourself. See how he's sitting and meditating? It's going to take time to realize what all these portals or all these multifaceted energies opening up and how you're receiving them, how you're perceiving them, receiving them, perceiving them, and then what you're doing with them or what that information is going to be important. So I would suggest keeping a diary, log, notebook, something when something happens so you can go back and look. I'm going to start doing that every single day because I just got that new tingle, right? Okay. That's this. Your spirit guides and your angels are with you, and they are going to direct you. So there may be different paths and different ways you want to take this, or different ways of seeing things you haven't seen before. But they are leading you and they are guiding you. Okay? So I feel like a lot of new stuff is coming in. Nomads. And I still feel like nomads. The nomads just kind of traveled anywhere and everywhere, right? I feel like that if you don't get a good, firm understanding of how it works, it can just lead you off down the garden path when you want to stay focused and stay attuned to where you feel like you're being called to without getting sidetracked. Okay? I feel like that's going to be important. In between the realms. I just did a message on that. In between his feet aren't touching the ground. This is that telepathic ability following your heart. Right? Spirit. The colors. This other realm up here. I feel like a lot of you are going to be getting these in-between messages that you're going to have to figure out what they are. And this feels like the Ace of Wands because he's got that staff in his hand. New energy coming in. Life force energy that is going to grow. There's only one tree in here, right? Yep, one tree. All the rest are bushes. And then he's got a lion behind him. So this may be a hidden strength for some of you. This could be a Leo. Okay? Hidden strength. Ace of Wands. Getting these messages from the other realms. Maybe getting starseed energies messages too. And what's the next one? Playfulness. Don't forget to play. I feel like that's the end of it though. Because this is energy. Okay. So that's the first 5. Alright. What's on the bottom? Abundance. A lot of messages coming in. You might also start seeing some things being reflected back to you. Whether positive or good, it's up to you to discern what that is. But it feels like as you open up to more, you're going to see more behind the scenes. And you're going to internally know what's good for you, what's not good for you. And by steering away from the things that aren't good for you, things being reflected back to you that you're going to know internally are not good, you're going to, as you go and keep your energy going the right direction, it's going to bring in more abundance. Okay? Be more deliberate, because otherwise there may be a tower or some kind of chaos. Of course, after that, it may bring more vitality and more focus and then more power. Okay? Underneath the deck is always important because that's what's behind the scenes. All right. So let me grab the, I've already shuffled them, guys. Underneath, we have the Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmutation. So these things opening up, okay, that's what that's going to be, is learning how all that is. See how this is coming in, right? Look, think about that as the top of your head. See how it's just coming in? Some of it's going to just pass through that doesn't have any importance, or it's going to really shine a light on something important. Other information may just come through and just be like that, where you've got to go, oh, what was that? But maybe it's something that's not important at the moment. Other things are going to be shined a light on. The path to understanding yourself. Okay? Inner Earth, your base chakra. That's for your strength and security and laying new foundations. It's opening up. Okay? So this is opening up. The angels are guiding you. This is that card, guys, I was talking about. This is, angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. This is the card the angel is pointing, and this is the face that was in the bottle, sweetie. Seriously, that's the face that was in the bottle. Go look that up on my post. It's on there. Okay? So this is a new foundation coming in. The angels are guiding you. Yes, proceed. Focus on that. Be seen. There's my favorite symbol. See the multifaceted, or the fractured, multifaceted, however you want to look at it, right? Emerald Tablet, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. So some of you might be manifesting the different portals that are showing up, because as you open one door, another door opens, and another door opens, and another door opens. That's an excellent way to explain that, because this was my first one, and then I started having something over here. So now I've been having these different spots where I get these just little tingles, and it feels like everyone. So maybe once you start looking at them, it starts opening up the next one, then the next, because that's what's happening with me. This one was already open, but then now I had this one this morning. It was like the first time I've ever felt anything back here. So receiving energy in different ways, like a fucking antenna, guys. It's coming in, see? And the more you're focusing on it, the more it's opening up. It's becoming a new pattern for you. All right? Wow, that feels, guys, that feels huge. Third eye activation, you're getting the messages, sweetie. You're getting the messages, honey. See? This is almost like a personal reading for her. Follow your intuition. If it feels right, follow it. If it feels negative, just see why it feels negative and pay attention to that. Okay? Your third eye's opening up, and it's opening up all your other psychic, like an antenna. Like that one card in that deck. Don't know what deck it is that Sam used, but there was like a stick and like a, you remember, any of y'all remember when you were younger, you drive through a parking lot and people had the antennas. We don't have them like that no more in our cars, right? They're inside the windshields. You would see the antennas with the tennis ball on it. That's what it looked like. So they could find their car. But that's the thing too. Maybe so that you can find something. Listen to your intuition. It's all happening for you. Right? You've gone from being closed to now being open. Information's coming through. It's flowing. It's coming from above. It's coming from below. You're opening up to your intuition. Okay? Spiritual acceleration, progress. You're progressing. Trusting in the process. You are what you seek. It's pouring in. It's on the bottom. The Gaia. Okay. Alright, now we have the Starseed deck. Guys, this is beginning to look like a 555 message. I had 5 decks here too. So let's see. You're part of a team of souls calling support. So guys, this is what I feel like this is what this particular collective reading is all for. We are a different set of souls. And it's going to, you see how it's all being attracted? Like, they're coming in. More people are opening up to this, guys. More people are opening up to this. This is that pink color I keep seeing. It's not showing right now. Maybe a little bit. But it's expanding. More people are coming to it. More people are coming to this understanding of this. It's on the bottom. Getting these different messages and unraveling them and knowing what they are. Okay? Guys, I can't make this fucking shit up. A new earth. Coming to yourself in a way that sets you apart from everyone else. Surrender. Nourish yourself. Protection. Loyalty, safety, trust. Becoming a bigger collective. Birth is a portal. This is on the bottom, guys. You're being called in Earth School. It's fucking huge. All right. What? One of my spirit guys, I felt the energy in my ear. That's another thing. You might feel them as their energy gets closer. Sometimes I'll feel them just on the outside. Other times it's like they almost touch my eardrum as I feel their energy coming closer. These spiritual beings that come in. This again feels like that telepathic going from one place to another to go get information. Now this is a mirror, but I'm seeing this as a mirror as a portal. Okay, see the hole in it? Because the card says something different, but I get a different message from this card. I get this going into another realm to pick up information. Whether you're dreaming it, you're meditating doing it, or you're seeing yourself do it. However way that's coming to you. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. And we got Thoth up in the corner. So some of you might really resonate with Thoth, with Atlantis. Some of you might start realizing that some of your past lives are showing up in the way that a gift you had from a past life, or every past life, is now getting as strong as it is in this life. Okay, that's how I see this. It's getting stronger and stronger. Okay, this new coming in. All right. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Opening up to these gifts, guys. See, it's coming from their head. I never noticed that before. Let me see this up closer. Yeah, guys, we're 46 minutes in. I'm so sorry. Multifaceted. Oh my God, look at all the little butterflies. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at the little butterflies. Look how little that butterfly is. Where's that little butterfly I just had? Oh my gosh, it's somewhere here on the table. I just had a little blue butterfly that I found the other day. Oh gosh, what'd I do with it? Oh my God, guys, look. That's a little butterfly right there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, look. And there's a little butterfly. Actually, there's more of them, but there's one right there, and you can't really tell. I can't get it up any closer because it just merges out. But there's another little butterfly there. Guys, we're transforming. All these little butterflies are coming in. Wow. Starseed energy. Some of you might be getting messages from your star ancestors. Ooh, that looks like a face right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay. Let's see. Let me see the next one. Yeah, it's within you. See how it's coming in? And she's feeling it. She's picking it up. This again feels like an out-of-body experience where somebody is really meditating in like a deep trance and feeling themselves out of their body and being flooded with all this information. Guys, you leave your body every night when you go to sleep. I don't care what anyone says. Okay? That I know to be true. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Look at this spaceship back here. The golden children and rare gifts. Guys, I'm telling you, this collective is growing of rare gifted people. Forged don't follow. Guys, I'm going to continue with these map readings. I'm going to continue with doing what I'm doing because, and then there's the, I'm sorry, of course, I feel like that's the end. I am going to keep going with this because I feel like this is where I'm guided to go. And I know there's others of you that are getting this, okay? I know there's others of you that are going through this. We are part of, there's this collection that's within the divine matrix, within the divine. Those of us with these gifts that are stepping up into today's world, there's something special we're meant to do. Guys, this is turning into a 5-5. I got only 3 decks. Okay. Let me put these to the side. Guys, I'm going to, because we're on 49 minutes, and probably a lot of y'all already left the room, but if you stayed in the room, then you were meant to, right? So, they're telling me 5 again. So, what's your soul calling you to do? Crossing the threshold. Sweetum, some of you guys might be crossing this threshold now where you're getting these messages cracked open. And, oh my God, it's happening for you, not to you. Do you see this? You're going, a new path is being forged. We've got 2 similar doorways. Look at that in both of these cards. Something new is coming in, guys. Something new on the horizon that is getting ready. It feels, and Soul Family on the bottom. This tribe is coming together If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Guys, I'm going with this. Maybe this, you need to do this too. It's just go with it. Keep notes. See where it's taking you. Priestess, Mystic Teacher, Sisterhood of the Rose. Now, the Sisterhood of the Rose was a collection of women that would pray for the planet. I feel like we could pray for the planet, but I feel like some of us are being called and guided to use energy in a different way. And we're what's the niggle trying to tell you? What's the niggle trying to tell you? It's going to be different for everybody. Guys, you can't make this shit up. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Guys, a new day is here. This Age of Aquarius is going to be huge. Ooh, I'm getting tingles up my right leg. Laying the path. This is the path forward, guys. Look at all the people being called. All your past lives being called to the light. This is light worker, starseed energy. This is the light workers. Divine helpers in the subtle realms. They're guiding us, guys. I'm going to put them right up here at the Divine Matrix. Yep, that's the end of it. Keepers of the earth, you're not alone. Don't dim to fit in. Dance with life. Cat. Guys, I have cats. Guys, this is coming. This is... no, it's already here. It's opening up. Okay, we're going to do 5 more real quick. This is a 555 message, guys. I'm just going to put these decks off. Alright. Native Spirit. We're all headed towards the Sacred Mountain. Trust. Trust that you are being led in the right direction, even if you can't see it yet. The pathway is going into the fog. I saw that fog yesterday, Monday, right? Guys, that was the weirdest thing. Your ancestors are with you. So far, we've got the angels are with us. The ancestors are with us. Oh, my gosh. They're at the council, like, gathering your tribe. Guys, this collective is getting bigger. Of people that are feeling this energy, that are moving this direction, that are getting these different... And even if all of it doesn't resonate with you, they showed me that reading the other day of all the different people with all their eyes closed. All of them were getting different kinds of messages. But it was all a cohesive whole. Like the Divine Matrix. Oh, man, my head. The angels are like, yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Oh, my God. It's going to be a mystery to some people how we do this. Okay? This is going to be a mystery. But, guys, it's our mystery. Right? Shit, that's the last one. Song of the Wild. Transforming. Fuck. Oh, my God. This is the recent past. More lessons. Oh my gosh. Grandmother Earth. It's happening on the earth, guys. It is happening. Elder status. Becoming elders. Becoming guides. Vision quest. Holy cow, there's another whole message on the bottom. What the hell? And there's the Wounded Healer. Water. Intuition. Psychic abilities. Wounded Healer. Those 2 cards came up in the first little short video I tried to do. Where at first it was the Wounded Healer and the Circle of Life, right? And then it switched when I cut them again to this is what you just learned from the past, and it is part of your Wounded Healer mindset or another lesson for the Wounded Healer, because I've gotten cards that I am a white buffalo in my own readings. I am a Wounded Healer and Shaman, Wounded Healer. What was the other one? There was another one. I don't remember what it was now. Cycles are being completed for us to step into our power of who we are as a collective. Eagle Medicine. That's on the bottom. Eagle Medicine. Higher Perspective. Peace Pipe. Spirit Keeper of the West. Guys, I'm in the West. I earlier saw the Spirit Keeper of the East and Flowing River. It's flowing now. Spirit Keeper of the North, Spirit of Air, Psychic, Mental Clarity. Mental Clarity. Guys, this is blowing. Okay, I'm going to leave it right there, guys. This is a 555 message. Guys, this is an opening up of a new collective that are going to be shining their light in a whole different way. Okay? Sweeta, Sweeta, I hope this answers. You are transforming. And there's more of us. We're part of the Butterfly Collective. We're transforming. We're transforming how we see ourselves, how energy's affecting us, how we're getting messages. I hope this answered your question. This was an hour-long thing. I know it guys, I'm not going to make it no shorter. It is what it is. Not everybody's going to agree. Not everybody's going to listen. Not everybody's going to see it the way I see it. That's fine. 5 decks of cards. 5 cards from each deck with a little side information to go with it. We've never... People like this special collective this message was for. People have not seen the likes of before. That's what they just told me. I'm going to keep running with it, guys. I love you. I hope this answers some questions. 56 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for it to go so long. But you know what? Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Because if you stayed this long, then you got your messages. Love and light.